And today we're talking about something real, not spiritual fluff, not motivational filler, just a raw look at what you're built from. Not your DNA, not your star sign, but your choices, your habits, your silence, your consumption. Because you're not just made of muscle, bone, and memory. You're made of what you let slide, what you chose to tolerate, what you stay quiet about. You're shaped by your routines, sculpted by your responses. You're made of your reactions when no one's watching, the tone in your voice when you're under pressure, the moments you stay instead of walking away, the times you shrink to keep peace. That's what shapes you more than anything you post or say out loud. Today's question is direct. What are you made of? But real answers don't come quick. They come when you slow down for long enough to hear what your body has been whispering to you. So let's sit in that, why don't we? Let's unravel it. Let's trace the lines between what you've chosen and what you've inherited without permission. By the end of this, you might not look at yourself the same. And that's the entire point. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another podcast episode. My name is Javia Monet, the host of the Echoes of the Void podcast, where I help you explore spirituality from all aspects, recognize your potential, and energize your passion to align with your highest self. Segment 1, the inventory. How about we just stop sugarcoating it? Your body keeps the score. And I'm not talking about trauma theory or therapy talk. I'm talking about the tightness in your neck when you say yes to things that you don't want. The stomach flips when you text back someone who drained you before. That's not just stress. That's history. That's the residue of compromise. Your shoulders carry roles you should have quit a long time ago. Responsibilities that were handed to you, not chosen by you. Jobs labeled good that quietly kill you. Friendships labeled solid that haven't been nourished in years. Your gut holds the anxiety from pretending that you're okay, from performing wellness while quietly unraveling. You know that feeling when your smile is on but your spirit is offline? That's not peace. That's pretending. Your legs are tired from standing in rooms you've outgrown, but keep re-entering out of guilt, obligation, or habit. Your back hurts, not just from the posture, but from carrying silence for too long, carrying families, carrying secrets, carrying survival strategies that expired decades ago. Health isn't just diet and exercise. Health is boundaries. Health is how often you say, I'm fine, when you're not. Health is how often you say yes when you mean I'm tired. Health is whether your phone makes you breathe deeper or more shallow. You don't just eat meals, you consume. Every headline you don't click but still absorb. Every song you let loop even though it fuels your sadness. Every DM you entertain even though it costs you peace. Every piece of gossip you half ignored but mentally logged. Every apology you accepted from people who haven't changed. Every plan you made that you already know you won't enjoy. You don't need a juice cleanse. You need a life cleanse. You need to detox from the people who drain your ambition, the patterns that delay your healing, the comfort zones that quietly keep you from your next level. And here's the harsh truth. Your comfort is killing your capacity. You say, this is just how I am. But that's not identity. That's injury, unprocessed. Healing isn't a mood. It's not a quote. It's not a playlist. It's subtracting what's killing your clarity. Even when it's familiar. Even when it's dressed like love. So really, what's in your life that you've outgrown but still feed with your energy? What are you allowing because it's easier than telling the truth? What's still in your space because you haven't had that hard conversation yet? What's in the inventory? Segment 2, decisions and ownership. You're not the result of what has happened to you. You're the result of how long you stayed in it. Let that sit. Let it sting if it needs to. You are not made of motivation. You're made of your habits, your agreements, your patterns that you keep running because they're familiar even when they're destructive. Familiarity is not safety. It's just repetition with memory. You say you value your peace, but what in your life proves that you do? You say you're protecting your energy, but who still has access to you? I mean, really look around. Every detail of your life, your schedule, your body, your relationships, your bank account, it's all reporting back what you've agreed to. That friendship you've outgrown, it's still there because you're avoiding the conversation. That job that drains you, it's there because fear pays well. The exhaustion you keep calling normal, that's just emotional debt collecting interest. We love to say, I don't know. But most of the time, we know. We just don't like the cost of the real answer. Because real change comes with grief, with detachment, with confrontation. And most people would rather cope with chaos than feel unfamiliar peace. Every maybe later is a slow no to yourself. Every silence is a silent yes to something you should have ended. And every excuse is an invoice with time, health, and alignment as the payment. You say you want peace, but your calendar says you're addicted to busyness. You say you want purpose, but your habits scream comfort. You say you want intimacy, but you shut down when it arrives. You don't need another vision board. You need a pattern audit, because even your pain has a process, and if you don't disrupt, it'll just repeat. The truth is, you're not stuck. You're undecided. You're loyal to things you haven't ever questioned in years. You're clinging to expectations no one asked of you. The indecision over time is just passive self-betrayal. The more you delay the truth, the heavier it becomes. Segment 3, environment, energy, and awareness. You don't rise above your environment. You reflect it. You become what you tolerate, what surrounds you, what echoes in the background of your daily life. Your space is a mirror. The music, the lighting, the conversations that loop in your mind every time things get quiet, right? Look around. Is it fueling your future or reinforcing your past? People talk about protecting energy like it's mystical. It's not. It's actually super practical. Start protecting who gets your time, what earns your response, what kind of content sits in your algorithm, what energies linger in your phone call history, what thoughts you revisit when no one's watching. Your life is an ecosystem, and you're the only person that can truly know yourself naked. Everything is either charging you or draining you. There's no neutral. And that vibe that you want to protect, it's not about avoiding negativity. It's about curating what gets close enough to influence you. Let's be blunt. Some of your fatigue isn't physical. It's the spiritual weight of living in contradiction. You keep saying, I'm better now, while repeating the same patterns, reposting the same posts. That's not healing, that's disguise. And why would you disguise yourself from yourself? You're the only person that can know you. What you let in becomes a part of you. That's not spiritual. That's psychological hygiene. That's survival. You don't need to vibe higher. You need to close the door more often. You need to let people feel the weight of your boundaries, not just the warmth of your presence. And if someone gets mad when you protect your peace, that's proof they were benefiting from your lack of it. Segment 4, realignment check. Take a breath. Not a deep one, just a real one. Put your phone down. Put your hand on your chest. You feel that? That's your only true possession. Your rhythm. Your signal. Your now. So ask, what am I carrying that I never agreed to? What am I feeding that no longer feeds me? What do I need to stop calling normal? This is the part that most people skip. Not because they don't want peace, but because they don't want to feel what they've been avoiding. Healing isn't just adding more. It's cutting off what's eating you. Quietly, daily. Healing isn't always breakthrough. Sometimes it's a clean break. Healing is saying no more and honoring it. Unfollow the version of you built on fear. Evict the habits built on survival. You don't owe that old story another page. You owe yourself clarity. You owe your peace more loyalty than your pain. Stop asking who hurt you. Start asking why you stayed. Stop waiting for closure. Start closing the door yourself. Start writing from where you are, not where they left you. Because you are not a return. You're the rewrite. And you get to choose the entire story. All right, y'all, time for a song. You're lost in my days, lost in my ways. Beauty won't fade unless you think great. Do what you say. Not with that smile, 'cause you're here. That's called Smile on Your Face. It is available and out on all platforms. Make sure y'all go check it out. Here's the conclusion. You are not a vibe. You're not a brand. You're a being. And what you're made of right now is the result of what you've been loyal to. So pay attention. Not to trends, not to timelines, to your peace, to your posture, to what your body whispers when you're alone. Because what you're made of can change. It starts with telling the truth. It deepens when you act on that truth. And if no one ever told you this, you don't have to wait for permission to live a life that makes sense to your soul. You are not too late. You are not behind. You are just waiting on your own authority. You don't need to become anyone else. You need to unbecome what isn't real. So, until next time, stay awake, stay accountable, check what's building you, and have peace through it all. Because, as always, we embrace the void.